I'm Law Director of Excel Software Solution. Today, I want to share the topic about the invoicing in Malaysia. I will give you the very basic understanding about the invoicing in Malaysia. I won't go into very detailed, but I believe this is the very good video for you to learn. Okay, especially for those first time understand what is invoice. Okay, so I will break down into many parts. Before we start the invoicing training, I hope you can download the flipbook, the PPT, okay, via this QR code. So after download, you can actually print out, or you choose to not print out. I will keep updating using the same QR code, okay, in case got any update from LHGN. Okay, let us start our training today. Okay, today I will cover all these topic. Introduction of invoice, overview of invoicing flow, and so on. So for you, if let's say you just want to know more about what is a standard invoice, what is consolidated invoice, then you just choose those topics. Okay, so I will break down into many parts, okay, in my video, but you can, if you already understand the introduction part, okay, maybe you can skip it. Okay, so let's start our training today. Okay, for part one, I will introduce what is invoicing about. Okay, what is the scope of invoice? Talking about invoice, a lot of us we thought as long as not using manual way to issue invoice is called electronic invoice. It's true also. For me, I think this is good enough to define what is invoice. Okay, but today our training is not only cover this simple invoice. We are talking about the LHDN invoice. Okay, our income tax department invoicing. So what our income tax Malaysia want us to do is our government going to set up a invoice portal. It is called My Invoice Portal. So this My Invoice Portal will collect all our invoice, get approval, get validated before we send to our customer. Okay, before we send to our customer, and hence our customer receive the invoice must be get validated one. If our customer simply reissue using manual invoice, highly possibly they cannot deduct tax. Okay, that is the main objective of this My Invoice Portal. And if we go a manual way to issue invoice and then we take picture, we email to the LHCN, I don't think they got enough time and enough manpower to check one by one. And that's why this PDF format, Excel format, Microsoft Word, I don't think they got enough time to check one by one. And then that's why we need to follow their standard format. Okay, for our programming terms, we call XML and JSON. Okay, these two is a standard programming terms. So as long as we are the programming background, we know what is XML and JSON. So for you, if you without programming knowledge also doesn't matter. Okay. So for your understanding, okay, our government set up the My Invoice Portal, and this My Invoice Portal only read these two files. Okay, based on LHDN promise. So less than 2 seconds. Okay, we verify our invoice, their IC number, their detail, and so on. Okay, less than 2 seconds. Okay, so that's why we cannot simply set the PDF format, okay, Excel format. No, so we all follow one standard formats. And the objective for this My Invoice Portal, the ultimate goal is to prove our income. So not only income, also including those non-taxable income, other income, okay, or donation. So every monthly we receive, I can say any money we receive, we need to issue invoice, okay, to justify this is our taxable income or non-taxable income. Okay, so on the other hand, okay, this system actually is a debit credit system. So for my part, okay, I'm the seller, so it's to prove my income. On the other hand, for the purchaser, okay, for the buyer, so they will treat it as a proof of their expenses. So I'm here issue 1,000 invoice. So for there, they will purchase invoice is 1,000 is a debit credit system. Okay. Eventually, both sides will have this the same record. And after validity, we cannot simply go and change it. Okay. Simply go and edit the invoice. No such thing. Okay. So today our training is all about the proof income and proof expenses. If you really focus and understand these two parts, okay, then I think you almost manage, okay, this invoice 80%, 90%. Okay, if you can understand what is a proof income, how to prove income, okay, proof expenses, what is proof expenses, how to prove expenses, okay, why we need proof expenses, then this invoice is not difficult for you. Okay, I think is you can handle all the invoice already. Okay, so in taxpayer perspective. Okay, this taxpayer perspective, of course, not only talking about the business taxpayer, also talking about the personal. Why invoicing is good? For me, I personally think this invoice is good, especially when I do my tax audit, okay, or tax submission. Every year, when I want to do my tax submission, I will call my tax agent, insurance agent to get the insurance statement. Call my unit trust agent to get the unit trust statement. Okay, from there I need to know how many is my tax relief on the insurance. Okay, how many the tax relief on the unit trust. But after we have this my invoice portal, all the expenses we spend, okay, we can record and store in the my invoice portal. And end of the year, we can print out all the invoice, okay, for tax submission purpose. This is ultimate goal. And also the habit of payment is a bit changes compared with last time. Last time we pay our supplier. We can ask the invoice later. Or next year only we ask the supplier to send us the invoice. But now every invoice must be validated before we allow to claim tax. I believe the payment method we pay to our supplier will going to change. Okay. So without the valid invoice, we won't going to pay our suppliers after invoice is fully implemented in Malaysia. Okay, this is what I can foresee. So for the account department, it's more easier for them to prepare the account. We won't have any backlog account anymore. Okay. Last time we have a lot of backlog account because of the change of invoice, change of amount, change of the invoice date, and so on. A lot of this billing issue happened. But after invoice, I believe this all big issue going to reduce. Okay. Let's say if this invoice is fully implemented, I believe we can transfer our data among your company to my company. Okay, easily. From your purchase sales invoice become my purchase invoice. Okay. But now it's very difficult because some company using manual, some company using accounting system, and we got a lot of different accounting system. So this is not going to happen right now, but I believe in one day future. So all this will be happen after invoicing implement. Okay. So for the last one, reducing operation cost. You see, this invoice is a digital invoice. Is stored in our personal invoice portal or personal tax portal. So this tax portal, anytime we can download the invoice. Okay, for what our government need us to keep all this printed copy. I don't think in future we need to print out all our invoice. So we can just anytime we want the invoice, we can download from the my invoice portal. Okay, so I don't want to talk much on these benefits. Okay, I want to focus more on the theory. Okay, so talking about the income tax point of view, of course, income tax point of view, they want all Malaysia, okay, whole Malaysia to be digitalized. This they want, okay, what they want, okay. So of course, our government already built the apps, okay. If you say I don't know how to use app, you say I don't have money to spend on app or post system or accounting system, doesn't matter. So this my invoice portal actually is a app system. You can log in using website or you can download apps. It's called my invoice apps, okay. So from my training, I will show you. Okay. So later I will show you what is this my invoice apps and how it works. So for audit purpose, of course, every one transaction is in the my invoice portal. So for data analysis, for audit purpose, I think it's very easy for LGN. Okay, in the future, I don't think we need to bring a lot of document to income tax department, income tax officer to let income tax officer check one by one. I don't think future we need all this. Okay, so it's all by one click. So, okay, talking about the invoice, only 4 documents. Okay, we need to send to LCM portal, to this my invoice portal, get validation before we send to our clients. Only 4 documents. Okay, only invoice, credit note, debit note, and refund note. Okay, so you see here, I repeat, invoice, credit note, debit note, and refund note. So no such thing is called EOR, officer receipt, e-payment voucher, e-journal, no such thing. No such thing, e-quotation, e-stock, okay, e-accounting, no such thing, no such thing. So we only need to submit the invoice, credit note, debit note, and refund note. Very straightforward. And this invoice is cover all the our other income, okay, intercompany billing, our non-taxable income, donation, everything. Every money we receive, we using invoice, okay, post, cash sales, the cashier machine, everything is using invoice. For adjustment, okay, we use credit note and debit note. Reduce using credit note, increase using debit note. Okay. And the last one is refund note. Refund note, Only for those system they don't have credit system. Okay, they don't have credit note system. There is a cash sales basis, and then they need to refund to the customer. Okay, they're only using this refund note. So I believe refund note also very less we're going to use in Malaysia. Only certain accounting system they are specifically for cash sales purpose. Okay, then only they require this refund notes function. And who going to affected? So you see the my notes. Okay, red color means the new additional one. Okay, new additional one, you see a lot of changes from LHN, but don't worry, my notes will show you the before and after. Okay, for this with a line one, okay, this one is removed. Okay, this one removed from the previous guideline, and the new one I will put in red color. So initially only B2B, B2C, and B2G is involved in this invoice. Only these three. Okay, B2B is the business to business. Okay, I do business, you do business. I need your validity invoice to deduct tax. This one definitely. So how about B2C? B2C is I do business, you are the consumer, like restaurant. Okay, you are the retail shop. Okay, DIY. Okay, so all these customers they don't need the invoice to deduct tax, and sometimes this document also not for tax relief purpose, cannot deduct tax relief. So why they need to keep all this data in their My Invoice portal? No need. So for business itself, we still need to prove income. So remember just now I said prove income and prove expenses. Even though the customer don't want to use the invoice to prove their expenses, but for business owner, we still need to prove our income. So there is a mechanism to submit for this B2C business. It's called consolidation, okay, invoice. So later I will show you what is consolidated invoice. Okay, so I will move to the B2G. So B2G, we sell goods to government department. So our LCN also need the data, okay, to support this transaction. And also G2B and G2C. Government sell to us. Some transaction they need to issue invoice. Some transaction no need. Okay, I will show you also. Okay, later what is those things required to submit invoice and those is not required issued by the government. Okay, the last one you see already removed, okay, from all taxpayer undertaking commercial activity in Malaysia and change to replace this and then change to all person in Malaysia. Okay, so meaning that this invoice is not only involved by this commercial activity, non-commercial activity like donation, okay, to the temple, donation to the association, it's all includes, okay, okay, it's not exclusive from this invoice. So association, okay, branch, partnership, all these business, okay, business or non-business, temple, Chinese temple, as long as you receive income, you still need to submit the invoice, all this income. How to submit? By every day or by end of next month? Later I will show you. Later I will explain. Okay. So you see, this is only the exempted person. Okay. This is only the exempted person. Is no need to issue invoice. Okay. So initially it's all the government's department, okay, general hospital and so on, but all this already removed, okay, from the guideline, and then only the foreign diplomatic officer, okay, office, this one excluded. But the international organization like NGO, okay, WTO, IMF, all these, okay, international organization, they still need to, okay, issue invoice after 1st of January, okay, only exempted until 1st July, okay, 1st July 2025, okay, only exempted until 1st July 2025, yeah. So after 1st July 2025, they still need to issue invoice, okay, and then the government bodies only exempted for those collection of fees, payment, charges, okay, some month combined and everything, but for those selling goods and services, okay, after 1st July, also still need to issue invoice, okay, no exempted allowed. Okay, so for the last two group, okay, 150,000 below. Okay, for those business 150,000 below, yes, this one exempted. For those business, you got business transaction with this 150,000 below, you buy something from them, you can direct deduct tax using their normal receipt. They don't need to issue invoice because they are exempted person. Okay, but the problem is how we define all these business entrepreneur, their business is below 150,000. It's very difficult. But the scope is very narrow. Later, I will, end of the presentation slide, I will show you, okay, in what kind of scenario is considered as 150,000 below, and what kind of the scenario is not below 150,000. Okay. And the last one, individual who is not conducting a business. So for this part, individual is like the employment, no? Okay, is 100% purely employment. No part-time, no business income. Okay, it's called individual is not conducting business. You see, if I'm the employee here, and then I got another business, okay, doing insurance, and then I start another company. So that one is sole proprietor. Sole proprietor is a business. Okay, sole proprietor is a business. So that one is different story. That one is not covered under here. So only the individual is not doing any business. Like parents very rich, okay, they got a lot of rental, okay, collect every month. That one is still considered individual, not conducting a business. Suri Roma, okay, investor, purely invest, no business. All this is considered individual, is not conducting a business. If you're doing business with them, okay, you sell to them, they need e-invoice, you send e-invoice. Okay, they don't need e-invoice, you just give them normal invoice. Got it. Okay, the problem is when they sell their cars, sell their second car, sell their second phone to you, okay, then how you prove your expenses? Because they're not going to issue invoice if they are exempted person. So my training, I will cover all this stuff. Later I will explain, okay, how to handle all this email. Okay, you see the exempted income and expenses is only cover the employment income. Employment income is exempted. So how to define employment income? The easier way is EPS also. If you got pay EPS as also, then it's considered is a employment income. If let's say that one is contract wages, I don't think contract wages is considered as an employment income. It's a contract income. So there is different story. All right, supposed to issue invoice from the contractor. Okay. Or let's say I'm the director of business, only run 3 months contract. Then this 3-month contract also considered as a contract income. It's not employment income, it's not exempted. So I still need to issue invoice to the company. Okay. So I repeat, this employment income only covered for those really they receive EPS also. Okay, you declare in your form E, then the one is called employment income. And then pension, alimony, dividend. Okay, dividend is talking about the share market dividend and the Sedang Berhad dividend. So because the dividend already pay tax, okay, so we issue the dividend is after paying tax, okay, after paying tax. That's why no invoice required. Okay, no invoice is required. But in future, next year start, so 100,000 and above dividend required to pay 2%. Okay, 2% tax. This one is different story. Okay, the guideline is not announced yet how to treat this 2%. I believe this 2% confirm need to issue invoice. And then the zakat also exempted. Scholarship remove. Scholarship, okay, if you sponsor student overseas, and then you require their IC number. This one is not exempted anymore. And the transaction in the share market, this one is exempted. And the transaction to the share of the company is not listed. Okay, in Bursa Malaysia. This one, except for it's only exclusive for the individual. Okay, for business is not exclusive. Okay, you see the company, LLP, trust body, okay, and the cooperative society is not exclusive. They still need to issue invoice if they got sell their share. Okay. Our country, okay, our government, they break down into 3 different stages, okay, to implement this invoice. Based on the audit report 2022, based on the audit report 2022, okay, for the first batch, okay, already past few months, start this first batch cover 100 million business and above, about 2,000 company within this category, okay, 1st August 2024. So the next batch coming soon, 1st January. 1st January, 25 million until 100 million. Okay, so this is second batch. So this second batch, okay, coming soon. So this one, I think less than 1 month, okay, going to start. And the last batch is for those new business set up on year 2023. And also their business below 25 million. Okay, this one is next year, July. Okay, so altogether break into 3 stages. Okay, part 1, I already covered everything on the part 1. So I already explained the scope of invoicing. So part 2, I will move into detail how we're going to submit the invoice and then get validation before we send to our customer. Okay, after we get validation from LHN server, then only we send to our customer. Okay, on the part 2. Okay, you see the part 2, we're going to explain the flow, okay, how to submit. So only 2 methods. we can submit to this My Invoice portal. So only two methods. One is you log into their website. Okay, it's called My Tax. My Tax. You go and search My Tax. Is linked. This My Invoice portal actually linked to our personal tax portal. And this personal tax portal is linked to the My Invoice. My Invoice personal and the company also linked. So we just switch the taxpayer. So you can using the website or using the apps. So already you can download these apps. Later I show you the apps icon. So you can download the apps. So in future we just go buy something like buy Settle, we just show our apps. So inside the apps got the QR code. Okay, show our IC detail and the income tax number and so on the QR code. It's very easy and convenient. Okay. So this is method one, using the apps and the website. The second method is API. So what is API? API is actually the integration between the My Invoice portal and another accounting system using this language is called API. Okay, for you, you don't need to headache. So as long as you see this API, you know, oh, this is a POS system, accounting system. Any accounting system already integrate to the My Invoice portal is called API. So for you, it's very easy. So total got 6 steps. Okay, all together got 6 steps only. 6 steps only. So you see step number 1. You can using the My Invoice portal or any accounting system to generate the invoice, and then we send to LHTM portal to get validation. So if let's say the IC number is wrong, then they will return to you. Okay, so please edit and amend it. So until you fix everything is proper, okay, less than 2 seconds, they will approve and then we'll verify. Send email to notify this both party. Okay, so last 2 hours total how many invoice you receive. Later I show you how this email work. So they won't send you the whole invoice. They only notify you. So ask you to log into the My Invoice portal to check all these invoice. Okay, for the last 2 hours, for the last 4 hours, 6 hours. Okay, it's up to you how many hours you can setting. So meanwhile, the My Invoice portal will generate the QR code, and this QR code is very, very important. We need to print, okay, into our invoice. Okay, print into our invoice. This is the validation. We can use the My Invoice apps, okay, to verify. We can use our camera to verify. We can check online, okay, immediate from HTML website, whether this invoice is under your name or different name, okay, different person name, different amount, okay. So if the different name, different amount, that one is illegal. Illegal, you cannot get tax, okay. In future, there is a tax loss for you, for your business. And you see the step number 5 is a rejection or cancellation, okay. You see the step 1 until 6, no edit, no amend allowed, only reject and cancellation, and this cancellation and reject only within 72 hours. After 72 hours, sorry, cannot. So you only can issue credit note, okay, to cancel the previous invoice and then issue another new invoice. This is the whole concept. So this cancellation, both party, the supplier and the seller also can cancel, but the final decision is on the supplier itself. Depends on the supplier accounting system, they got the cancellation function or not. If without the cancellation function, then their accounting still got the entry for the debit credit of the sales transaction. So that's why the credit note is easier for this kind of accounting system. They don't have the cancellation function for the accounting system. Okay, so I repeat number 5. Cancellation can do by both party, the supplier and the seller, okay, and the buyer. But the final decision is on the seller. Seller, the accounting system, they don't have the cancel function, then they use credit note, issue the new invoice. Okay, one. Okay, so buyer, make sure you got cancel. If you think this is not your invoice, wrong person. Okay, I don't know how you receive this invoice. Please cancel it. And the last one, you happy or not? Okay, will automatically store in the My Invoice portal. You can download anytime. Okay, LHM promise will give you these 4 formats: XML, meta, data, grid, PDF. So for your knowledge, for your understanding, this PDF now only can print out if you're using My Invoice portal. Okay, using the method 1 to issue invoice, then only you can print out the PDF format. And the latest format already, you can choose what to be print, what to not print. Okay, the later version of this My Invoice portal already can choose the template for your invoice and credit note and so on. Okay, so this is the whole idea. So I repeat, okay, so if this 6 step, no edit, no approval required. Okay, only this 6 step. So no number 7 step and 8 step. Okay, only 6 simple step. So you see, just now I say the document. Okay, so the last 2 hours you got all four documents. So inside our My Invoice portal, we can set you want to receive okay, in 2 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, and so on. You can predefine or immediate you receive the email. And then after you click into this email, you see they ask you to view document. So from view document, you will log in and then you see the cancel reject function over here. So you can see the date range, you can select the date range, and then you can see how many you send, okay, for your customer, how many you receive from the supplier. So one is proof income, one is proof expenses. You see here, immediate, both side. Okay, you generate one invoice, immediate your customer will reflect as expenses. Okay, so you want to see the detail, you click inside and then you can see the detail. What information we require to submit for validation? Okay, altogether 55 field. White color is compulsory, but the red color, the light red, that one is optional. So you see, quantity is optional. Unit of measurement is optional. So if you provide in future, after 10 years, 20 years, you want to check your transaction, you no need to go your accounting system. You can check on my invoice portal. If you not submit, then you still need to open your accounting system to check the quantity. That's the idea only. So for the compulsory one, you see it's very general one. You see this address, name, this is all very general one. Okay. And most of the field is generated by accounting system on my invoice portal. So I want you to focus on this theme and the classification. So what is theme? Theme is our tax identification number. Okay, last time we called income tax number. Now it's called tax identification number. Okay, in case your supplier asks you to provide the TIN number, so you don't provide the mail TIN number, you go and check your mail TIN. Okay, got the number or not? Don't. Okay, so here is talking about your income tax number. Okay, or you can download your My Invoice apps. Okay, inside your My Invoice apps got the QR code, you just send the QR code. Okay, so to your supplier. The last one is 28 classification. You see the description very important. Number 29 description very important. Now we need to submit. So don't change your invoice description. Okay, and item code is not submit. So you see government cannot trace your stock balance. Cannot, because we not submit the quantity, we not submit the item code. How they can trace our quantity? No possible. So the item code is not required to submit and no need to submit. Optional, so don't have the optional field to submit. So by classification, yes. So classification code is kind of the item group, item category. We categorize it for some tax purpose, for some tax relief purpose, for some data analysis purpose. Okay, what is it about? Later I will show you. Okay, so later I will show you this classification. Don't worry. So for those import and export business, they got two additional field. One additional field. Last time 1 to 6, and then 5 to 6. Now only 5. Okay, one additional field is called K1 form or K9 form. Okay, numbers you need to provide these numbers. Okay, for export, export is K2 form. K2 form is not compulsory, but only import is a compulsory. So for import document number, the custom clearance form number 1, then this one compulsory. Remember if you're dealing any export and import business, so one additional field you need to fill. Okay, for this general thing, this is very useful thing number. Okay, so I explain. Okay, this 4 numbers 0020, 0010, and so on. EI 0010. Okay, for example, this customer, they provide their IC number, but they forgot their income tax number. So the system not allow you to blank. This T number is a compulsory field. Okay, you have to fill in. So then you can fill in EI 0010. Okay, so this is how it works. And also the foreign buyers. Okay, foreign buyers. You want to export overseas. Export overseas, the customer, they won't register their tax number in Malaysia. So not possible they provide you the tax number. That's why the tax number generally used is EI 000. Okay, 020. Okay, this is the general number for the export business. And for import business, EI 00030. And the last one is for some government department, EI 00040. All these 4 numbers is very useful. In later I will show you how to apply all these numbers. So that's all part 2. So I will go into the part 3. Part 3 we're talking about how many type of e-invoice in Malaysia. Okay, so how many type e-invoice in Malaysia, and then I will explain one by one. Okay, in Malaysia we only take 3 types of e-invoicing, and then 2 types is to prove our income, and the last one is to prove our expenses. Okay, so standard invoice to prove our income. So what is standard invoice? Standard invoice is the step 1 until 6. Just now I already explained the 6 step. So second way to prove our income is consolidated. Okay, consolidated e-invoice. What is consolidated e-invoice? So this one usually customer don't want invoice. Mostly is B2C business. Okay, mostly doesn't mean that 100%. Still got some B2B, B2G customer they don't want invoice. Okay, we still consider as consolidated invoice. So this one I will explain how we submit our income. Okay, and when we need to submit the income. Later I will explain this part. And the last one is to prove our expenses, self-billing. So just now I already say the supplier must give me the valid invoice only we can claim tax ma. So not possible we ask the supplier to give us the normal invoice. Not possible, not logic. Okay, for here the self-billing only certain scenario. Okay, those our supplier is not possible, okay, to give us invoice. Okay, not logic, okay, to give invoice. And then only we use the self-billing. So one of the example is the employment. Just now I said employment is exempted. So employment is not doing any business. How they give you invoice if they sell the second card, second phone. And also import. If you import from overseas, how the supplier go and learn my invoice portal and how they know need to issue invoice, how to issue invoice. So that's why there is a procedure there. We need to do this self billing to prove our expenses. Okay, so I will go into one by one. So first of all, I will talk about the standard invoice. So standard invoice is the 6th step just now. I don't want to spend more time on here. And then you see the 72 hours. And then after 72 hours, need to issue credit note and debit note. So in part 2, I already covered all this. So except for the formats. Okay, you see the formats. Any required formats? No standard formats, okay, required. So you can use any formats to print your invoice, or you use your normal formats, your invoice formats. But make sure you got provide the QR code. So the QR code must be print on your invoice. So before you submit, send to your customer. So each invoice is unique QR code. This one is a compulsory field. Other than this, it's open format. So it's up to you how you present also can. But if other legal department they need some requirements, so that one you need to follow. Okay, other legal department like custom they need the SSN number to be provided. Okay, SST number, service tax number, exempted tax number, all these you must follow. So but for income tax, no standard format. Okay, income tax is open format, any format also can. Okay, so this is the sample format. So this sample format got 55 field. So doesn't mean that you need to print out 55 field for your customer. I don't think so. So submit to LHN, get validation, yes, 55 field, but print out any format. Except for the QR code. QR code must print. You must print anywhere in your invoice. Okay. So if you provide the QR code is considered as a standard invoice. No QR code is called normal invoice. Normal invoice. So two different type invoice. If you want to deduct tax, you must make sure your invoice received got this QR code. And this is the format. You see, Suazong, the IC number they provide, but the TIN number not provide. So how we key in the TIN number, the income tax number, EI 00000, 9-digit 0 and then 10. This is the formats. Okay. And this part is additional knowledge for you. So some industry like the e-wallet, okay, banking, hospital insurance, share market, telco, all these business, they can issue you invoice monthly basis, yearly basis, or quarterly basis based on their frequency, okay, of issue the invoice. So additional knowledge only, not all the business. So only certain business. Example, telco. You see, telco issue you the money charges. So not possible. You call one supplier, okay, and then give you one invoice, 30 cents. Another supplier give you another invoice, 30 cents. So many invoice you need to prepare your accounting. So it's very, very troublesome. Okay. So for this telco business, they're allowed to send you, okay, you see the bill 1st August until 31st August. So total money charges, okay, for your telephone bill is 60 ringgit. Other charges is 15 ringgit. Okay, this is the format. And also the TIN number is provided, okay, but the IC number is not provided. So IC number, you must put this 00000, okay, all together 12 digit 0. Okay, this is the format. Okay, in case of this IC number cannot be blank. So this is the format how we fill in into our system. Okay, so next, consolidated e-invoice. Okay, so only two format, standard invoice and consolidated invoice is to prove our income. So consolidated is those customer they don't want the bill. Okay, so you just give normal receipt or normal invoice, got it already, or you buy a passion machine or manual receipt book also can for this kind of customer. But okay, so we need to submit for consolidated with their reference number, and then this reference number must fill in, okay, in the description column. Okay, that's why your receipt book cannot be blank, or you at least got the numbering one lah. Okay, and if you got 2 branch, then you assign each branch 1 manager lah, okay, to prepare the consolidated report. This consolidated report must submit, okay, to LHDN 7 calendar day of the following month. So example, June, total sales 100K. So 100K accounting on June 100K. But to submit for validation, for submit, okay, to my invoice portal, 7 day of calendar month of following month. Okay. So 7 July must submit the total amount, 100K. This 100K is exclude all those customers already taken the invoice. So this is the format. So you see the format. IC number no. IC number no, then NA not available. So address no, contact number no, NA. And then the income tax number EI0010. Again, no, EI0010. Okay. So very, very important, this number. And then the buyer's name, you cannot put all the customer name here. That's why you put general public team. Okay. So easy only. This is the format for consolidated. And then you see the numbering 1110 until 1112. Total 3,000. Quantity put one. Put one only. Okay, very easy. No need to put 3 bill, 4 bill. No need, just put 1. And then the description 1114. Okay. And then 115 missing again. 1116 until 2450. Total 34,900. So why is the invoice is missing 113 and 115? Questions. Why 113 and 115 missing from this consolidation report? This is because the customer already requests for e-invoice. That's why you cannot campur here. If you campur here, then it's double tax already. Okay, duplicate tax. 2 times your income report to LHDN. So either you report using the standard invoice or you report using consolidated, only one way. You choose either one. Okay. So this is the reason. Another format. So this format usually apply for B2B. So you see the previous one is B2C. So a lot of number, a lot of document is not taken by the customer. Okay. So however, this one most of the invoice already customer request for invoice. Only 3 customer not request, they do not request for invoice. Okay, and then these 3 invoice I still need I also need to submit for consolidated invoice. Okay, remember 7 calendar day of following month. Okay, if you forgot to submit on 7 day, okay, the penalty, you imagine the PCB penalty, same penalty with PCB, so same penalty with PCB. Okay, so for this consolidated invoice, usually they got 2 scenarios. Customer on the spot, they request for the invoice, or after they go back to office after a few days time, then only they request for invoice. Okay, how we handle all this transaction? Okay, later I explain. So, but okay, based on the guideline, only the same month we required to provide, okay, the standard invoice. After the same month, you can say no to the customer. Okay, if after the same month, you can say no to the customer. If within the same month, customer request, it's your duty. Okay, it's your duty to prepare the invoice for them. Okay, how to prepare later, I show you. Okay, so why within the same month, not after the same month? So just now I say 7 calendar day. 7 calendar day, you minus Saturday, Sunday. Monday is public holiday. Okay, and then Tuesday, don't know. Okay, maybe send children to clinic. Okay, another holiday. So you only got 2 to 3 days to prepare your consolidated report. Still remember the consolidated report, you must exclude all the transaction already submit for invoice. So it's time. If you don't have accounting system, it's time for you to prepare the report manually. If you got accounting system, easy, one click counting. Okay. If you don't have accounting system, you still need to prepare the report manually. Okay. That's why I strongly recommend after the same month, don't catch out. Okay. Ask the customer, tell the customer, okay, based on the guideline, no need. If the customer die one invoice, then you issue next month. Okay, credit note to the consolidated invoice. The number must provide for the credit note, and then issue another new invoice for next month. Not this month. This month can't cut out. Okay, so if you want on this month, request invoice must request on the same month. And then if the customer requests for standard invoice, ask the customer provide at minimum IC or their income tax number. Either one. So if they provide both, best okay. If they don't have only one. So later, previous I got show you some slide. how to fill in the IC number if the IC number is blank. Okay, they will provide. So for non-Malaysian minimum passport number, so minimum passport number as a if they request for standard invoice, I don't know, maybe they work here in Malaysia, they got pay Malaysia tax. If they not work here, I don't think they got pay tax in Malaysia, then usually no need the invoice for foreign buyers, okay, non-Malaysian buyers. Okay. Based on LHDN guideline, they got 4 ways to prepare this if the customer requests for standard invoice. Okay. If the customer on the spot requests for standard invoice, they suggest to provide the website or apps, okay, to the buyers. So let the buyers generate the invoice, okay, themselves. This is way number one. So second way is via the accounting system, any accounting system. So via any accounting system, you ask the company to issue, okay, invoice for you. So the third one is the My Invoice apps. Just like I said, got one apps provided by government is free. Okay, this one you can generate the invoice as well. And then the last one is post transaction. So after you go back to office, okay, I strongly recommend. So those company provide their website or apps, okay, allow their customer to do it themselves. If not, the customer always call you, and then you do. Okay. So it's very troublesome for you as well. Okay, these are suggestions. Okay, these are suggestions from LHDN guideline. So okay, for petrol station, okay, strongly recommend and provide their company apps and website. And then for the post system, okay, much more easier now because My Invoice apps provide the QR code. Like last time we prepare our My Sejahtera also got the QR code. So we just show the QR code to the merchant. So merchant just scan. So all the information will capture into their accounting system. So I believe later they will build in all this function. And then so just now I think the government provide the apps. So you see the got 2 apps here. One is called My Tax, and another one is called My Invoice. So you see the logo here. So make sure you download the right one, My Invoice. Don't download the wrong one, My Tax. Okay, the My Invoice one. So the My Invoice, after you log in, you see the QR code. Just now I say got the QR code, so you can apply anyway. You can apply if and then pass to merchant if using the My Invoice apps. So you see this buyer login and the seller login actually is it. So if seller login, they need to use this new document to generate invoice. So when generate invoice, they need the buyer's information. So you can scan the QR code. You can scan their apps. Ask them to open their apps. You can use your My Invoice apps to scan the buyer My Invoice apps. Okay. So it's much more easier and easier. You can download and try now. Okay, this My Invoice apps. Don't wait until next year. This year, go download it. It's FOC. So you log in to these apps and then you can start collect, okay, your invoice already. No need to wait until next year. So you go to the merchant, okay, see anywhere merchant their system is invoicing ready, then you provide this QR code, ask them to issue invoice for you. Okay, so the last one is the post transaction. You see Kolang Kaki here, you go back to your house, go back to your office, then only you request. So strongly recommend is using the website. So you see one of the sample is very good is AutoCount accounting system. AutoCount, we have our own website rendered to all our clients. So you just ask your merchant, okay, information regarding this AutoCount website. We call AutoCount e-invoicing portal. So every year only we charge 180. Not expensive, 180. So you don't need to set up your own website. You don't need to set up your own apps. Okay. So the second method is Family Mart. You see, Family Mart is similar with AutoCount software. So you see, also provide this QR code. Okay, for their receipt. And then another example is DIY. DIY system not ready yet. So ask you to get the invoice, okay, on their counter. If for the original store you purchase. And then before third calendar day of next following month. Okay, this is DIY method. So you see, compliant with this 4 method as long as the of the method, okay, apply, okay, by this merchant, it's okay already. So you just follow their instruction. So if let's say you want to request for invoice, either deduct for your company or for your personal tax relief purpose. Okay, so this is the idea. How consolidated invoice generate become standard invoice. So one of the key point is make sure you get the invoice before end of the month. Okay, not everyone like my Mr. DIY. You see, Mr. DIY very good. Give you 3 days. Okay, to request. Okay, for the same calendar month. Next calendar month give you 3 days. Very good. So not all the system allow, not all the merchant allow, because not everyone got enough. Not every business, okay, got enough manpower. By the way, not all business can issue consolidated invoice. So our government, okay, income tax officer, they smell the money, they know where you spend most. So for those you spend most, they need a proof evidence. They need your IC as well. So example, automotive, okay, if you buy cars, so you need to provide your IC. You cannot simply buy car without your identity. Okay. So this information is going to for data analysis purpose. So how many car you buy every year? Okay. Flight ticket, luxury good and jewelry. Okay, you see all this cannot. You now luxury good still in discussion yet. Okay, not finalized yet. But future cannot lah. You buy luxury good, you still need to provide your IC. And then construction business under this income tax construction regulation contract lah. Okay, this act compulsory. Okay, compulsory to provide the detail, okay, of the buyers. And then wholesale and retail of construction material, hardware shop. So if the hardware shop you got sell all this construction material, as long as fall under this fourth schedule, this fourth schedule, as long as the item you sell fall under this fourth schedule, you need the customer IC. Okay, you cannot simply sell for this item. And then the license betting and gaming, okay, for those betting and gaming activity, casino. So casino not sure yet, okay, but for those you lottery, okay, you buy lottery one, so you win lottery, you need to provide your IC, okay. And the last one is commission or rebate, commission and rebate. So you also provide your IC, okay. For the merchant is their expenses proof. Immediately you become your income proof, okay. So it's a debit credit system. Okay, and we move forward to the last, okay, last e-invoicing method. Okay, Malaysia only got three. The last one is called self-billing. Self-billing is to prove your expenses. Okay. So this one actually we seldom apply to prove our expenses. Why we need to prove our expenses? As long as you do business, you need to provide me invoice. So only this scenario, you see, only those scenario is the party not required to provide the invoice, or the party is very not logic to provide. Okay, example, commission. Commission, one person provide lah. Okay, you cannot say you ask the merchant send you invoice and yourself need to prove the expenses. In both party issue in invoice, then double tax. That's why if I pay commission, I'm the one issue credit note. I'm the one do the self bill. Okay, or payment voucher. I do the payment voucher and then I do self bill. Or the payment agent. Regardless it's business or individual. Okay, as long as I pay commission, I need the T number or IC number. Foreign supplier, import. So we import, so we also need to prove the expenses from the import. Okay, so this one also do self-billing. Dividend distribution or profit distribution. Why just now I say extended, now here need to do the self-bill. Okay, here is talking about those partnership. You see partnership, the profit 100K, two partners, each partner 50K. And then this must be taxed on the individual. So this is called self-billing. Okay, ask the partnership company issue self-billing for business owner A and business owner B. Okay, for the partner A and partner B. Okay, e-commerce platform. E-commerce platform got so many merchants. That's why I say not reasonable, not logic. Ask all the merchants send invoice before I make payment, okay, to this merchant. So imagine how many staff, okay, for this e-commerce business they need to hire. Then only can call all the merchant to get the invoice, collect all the invoice, not logic. Okay, that's why this merchant immediate issue self bill, okay, and then pay you. So for the merchant, they can prove their expenses. For the e-commerce, okay, is a proof their expenses. For the merchant, immediate reflect as their income. Okay, so this is how invoicing for self-billing works. And then the last one, okay, the gaming lottery. Okay, you win lottery, you buy lottery is their income. You win lottery is their expenses. So they cannot simply pay you. Okay, simply pay you cannot deduct tax. That's why I need your IC. So last three. So for last three, I explained the interest payment first, and the claim, insurance claim. Interest payment, I put money in bank and then I earn interest. I put money in bank, earn interest. So the bank suppose need invoice, okay, from you, your income, your interest income. So not possible. If bank ask ask all their staff to request invoice from all the businessmen, okay, entrepreneur. So it's very time consuming and then very costly for bank also lah. That's why. So bank want to pay you interest, they immediately pay you interest, but they will do the self-billing lah. Okay, this is how the idea works. And the last one, insurance agent also. Insurance claim, insurance company pay you money, so immediately they will do the self-billing lah. Okay, so the last one, I will go back to the transaction with individual who are not conducting a business. You see, so the previous term is called acquisition of goods and services from individual taxpayer. So individual taxpayer could be the partnership and sole proprietor, but remove and replace with transaction with individual who are not conducting a business. Meaning that I can do self-bill only for those scenario the party, okay, the supplier is not a business. Example, okay, second-hand car. If the second-hand car dealer, okay, the car dealer, I buy the car from the seller, okay, the seller is a employee. Employee, yes, employee won't give me invoice, okay. That's why I will get the IC and then I will do the self-bill to prove these expenses. I buy the car from this employee. But if let's say this employee got another business they sell, is a merchant business, okay, selling on Lazada and Shopee, every month got 10,000, 20,000 profit, okay. So it's a sole proprietor business. And this sole proprietor business have to issue invoice when they're selling the car. Because here's a transaction with individuals who are not conducting a business. So 100% employment income is not considered as a business. If you got second business, and then must ask your second business issue invoice when you're selling your car. Another example, if let's say the bookstore got a lot of van car come and sell books. Every day got the van come, okay, to sell books and stationery. So I'm the bookstore owner, I buy it, and then I keep the bill, 1,000. Every month I got 10 bill, okay, this purchase invoice got 10. Total got 10,000. This 10,000 can issue sell bill or not? Because the van seller only sell and provide the normal receipt okay, they don't have system, they provide me normal receipt only. So every month I got 10 bill each bill 1,000 so 10,000. So this 10,000 can I do the self bill myself to prove these expenses? The answer is no. Why? Because when purchase still consider a business. Okay, you should ask the van, okay, salesman to provide you invoice. That's the proper way, okay, to handle invoice. You don't have enough staff to handle all this self-billing transaction, okay, and then your account admin, okay, don't have more time to handle all this. As long as the party, the seller, okay, the seller is doing business, it's their duty to give you invoice. If not, they will going to do consolidation by end of the month. If I not request, if let's say they sell me books, I not request for standard invoice, then they need to submit consolidated invoice. Then myself, I do the self bill also 2 times the tax to this van seller. It's not object. Only one party need to issue invoice. Okay. But okay, let's say same example, bookstore. I am Utah student. I sell my second books to the bookstore. Then this one can because I'm individual. I'm Utah student. I don't have any business. I'm student only I sell second books. So this bookstore collect the books and then pay. They need a proof to claim the expenses So on this part, yes, self-billing work. Okay, they can issue self-billing to this Utah student. Okay, but when purchase, no, because they are business. Okay, so this is the example. I believe you can understand. If you cannot understand, you repeat my video until you understand on this part. Okay, don't simply issue self-billing because this self-billing going to become the income. And then this self-billing, you need to provide the document also as a proof of the invoice. Self-billing invoice. Later I show you the format. So I give you more example regarding the self-billing. So let's say these 3 employee, very hardworking and then save a lot of money, buy this building for SL Software, rent to SL Software, okay? SL Software no money, so they rent this building, okay? 3,000 every month. So I pay to this 3 employee every month 3,000 I pay. Before invoice, I issue voucher, got more. So after invoice, I need extra job. Okay, I cannot simply just pay voucher, got cannot. I still need to do the self-billing. I collect their IC, their address, their phone number, okay, and their contact number. Okay, minimum this 4 information. I need to self-bill 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 for each person. If let's say they not agree with the portion, they say horn must be 2,000, then I put 2,500, 500 for yen and the horn. This is the idea. So that's why right now, please check with your tenancy agreement, check with your landlord, okay, make sure your landlord is doing business or individual. You need to understand first, okay? If they are individual, they don't have any business, then you got extra work after invoice implement. So if they're doing business, please inform them, ask them to provide you invoice. You can ask them to provide you invoice right now, okay? So you say you're doing business, you need the invoice to claim tax. Next example, import goods, okay? Import goods, overseas supplier don't have ID to log into my invoice portal. So that's why we base on your custom clearance form, okay? Before end of next month, after you receive the custom clearance form, regardless you make payment or not, you receive the invoice or not, regardless you send the goods to customer, you receive the goods or not, don't care. As long as you receive the clearance form, so end of next month, make sure you declare, okay, the self-billing. So if example here, your 1st July, okay, you get the clearance form, then end of August, you need to submit to my invoice portal for the self-billing invoice. And self-billing invoice for import services. Import services, example, Facebook, Google advertisement, Facebook advertisement, this all advertisement based on your payment or invoice first, okay? Either one. So if you pay first, then based on your payment date, end of next month also, okay? End of next month also, you must issue E-Invoice, okay? So how about the e-commerce platform? So e-commerce platform, just now I say, they will self-bill you, also self-bill the logistic company, okay? So 2 key points here. First, e-commerce platform will self-bill you if you are the individual sell in Shopee and Lazada. Individual, okay? So make sure you register a company. If not, after the e-commerce self-bill you, your income cannot deduct any tax. Okay? So this one you must understand. Before invoice, yes, you can sell in Shopee, sell in Lazada. You forgot pay tax, it's up to you. Okay? But after invoice, you cannot say you forgot pay tax because once invoice, e-commerce, they issue self-billing, they can deduct tax for e-commerce business. Okay? But for the other party, let's say you are the merchant, so it's become your income, proof of your income, immediate. Okay, another issue is the e-invoice. You still remember just now I say consolidated invoice is 7 calendar day. Shopee, Lazada also say if you not request any invoice, they need to submit for consolidation also. So make sure if you buy something for your company want to claim tax, make sure you request e-invoice from this e-commerce platform. I give you an example. You see the Shopee, okay? Shopee apps from the view purchase history here, you click your complete transaction. After that, you will see, you scroll down, you can see this e-invoice, okay? Then you can request now. So after you request now, you can request by individual or business. If you want to deduct tax for your business, then you put your company information and then you submit for your request, okay? Submit for request. So this is how the idea works. Make sure after invoice start, make sure you got request all the invoice from Shopee and Lazada purchase. You cannot say I don't know, I don't want. If you don't know, you don't want, you cannot deduct tax. Okay? So only the validated invoice you can deduct tax. So you see this Shopee, they provide the term and condition, 3rd day of the following month. Okay, 6 days. Some e-commerce is end of the month. Okay, depends on their company policy. But I believe all this policy won't more than 7 days. Okay, all their policy not possible that more than 7 days. Usually it's 3 days. Usually it's 3 days of the following month. They still allow you to generate your invoice. Okay. So for self-bill invoice, you see this is the format. Okay, the invoice type still self-billing invoice, and then the this part is the sellers. Okay, sellers. Alright, the seller is on top. So to you issue invoice to the sellers. So the seller information, the IC number, income tax number, you put here, and then the MSIC code, you can leave it 000, 5 digit 0. No need MSIC code for self-billing, no need. You just put 0000000, no, regardless whatever transaction. So for self-billing. Okay, and then the description must clearly state. Okay, this is for commission agent 20% of 600,000 and doctor 120,000. This is the formats for self-billing e-invoice. For self-billing e-invoice, this is the formats. Okay, so part 3 is up to here only. Part 3, I think I already explained a lot on the 3 type of invoice. So 2 is for proof your income. One is standard invoice, another one is consolidated invoice. And then consolidated is those customers don't want the invoice, make sure you submit the invoice 7 day of the calendar or the following month, calendar day of following month. Okay, so this is proof your income. To prove your expenses, not possible we prove our expenses. Always prove our expenses. No, if the seller is doing business, ask the seller provide you invoice. Okay, regardless they're doing different business. Okay, doing different business, as long as they do business, they are individual, they sell the car, but they are sole provider for Petronas station. Then you ask the Petronas station issue invoice. Okay, so this is a concept. So not two-way do invoice. Self-billing is not like that. So only one party. So and then this self-billing not only for individual, also for business. Only the scenario, just now I list out 8 scenario. So you go and revision on my video until you understand. Okay, understand this part 3 is the most important for the whole invoicing. Okay, so I will continue next. Okay, part 4 is regarding the data classification. So what is data classification? So previously, one of the very important field for out of 55 field is a data classification code. Okay, so this data classification code is a 3-digit numbers from 001 until 045. Altogether got 45 codes. Okay, so this classification code is kind of a item group or item category, and this item group and category got related with the tax or related for some data analysis purpose. Example, you buy computer is 003. 003 is for tax relief. Okay, computer tax relief. So if 030 is a repair maintenance for laptop and computer, that one is not for tax relief purpose. Okay, so this why got these 2 different classification code. So example, if you go to computer shop you repair your computer 500 and you buy a new laptop is 2,500. So total is 3,000. So since 3,000, you cannot put the whole invoice 030 for this classification code. If you put 030 for 3,000, then you cannot deduct tax relief. Okay, for the computer for purchase of new set of computer. That's why this classification code must be properly assigned. Okay, so another example, you see the consolidated invoice is 004. Okay, and then the construction material is 005. This is very specific item lah. You need the construction material 005, disbursement, donation, and so on. So the most important is 022. 022 is others. Most of the business is not related to any relief, any specific data classification requirement is fall under others. Okay, I think majority of our business is fall under 022. Okay, 022. Okay, another example, insurance. You see insurance here, 015, Takafu or life insurance. This one is tax relief. Last time we pay to insurance company 3,000 every year. So we don't know out of this 3,000, how many is for life insurance can deduct the tax relief for the life insurance. How many is not allowed to deduct for the life insurance. Okay, so for here, easy. Okay, since the system already categorized for us. For others, they will put under 022 and the tax relief 015. Okay, so every year we prepare our personal tax, then we just log into our My Invoice portal and check the transaction with the insurance company. So you'll see the portion, okay, in our My Invoice portal. That's why I say after invoice is more convenient. PRS 024. Okay, gym 013. And then magazine 020, 026, sorry, and then reimbursement 027, So for income, 032. Okay, self-billing, yes. Most of the self-billing is already listed over here, import goods, import services, and then others. Okay, line. So commission 037. Sport equipment 038 if your business is related to the sport equipment. And then the rest you can read yourself. So this is data classification code. So other than data classification code, okay, you see the format data classification code, we submit, okay, to LHCN for validation purpose. This is the compulsory field, cannot be empty. And the item code is not submitted. Okay, that's why classification code is more important compared with the item code. And other than classification code, we need to submit for verification, including all the country code, currency code, and so on. And then the unit of measurement. So all this code actually is not created by our accounting system. Okay, it's not created by our accounting system. It's provided by LHDM website. You can check with this SDK. Okay, my invoice hasil.government.my this website. You can scan and then log into this website. And the submission model. Okay, part 5 submission model. So once again, we only have 2 methods to submit. One is via my invoice portal, another one is via the API volume. Okay, these 2 methods. So my invoice portal actually can submit one by one, either using apps or from the website, or actually the website you can download the Excel and then you can fill in the Excel and then submit using the Excel. Okay, so for API method, we got 2 methods as well. One is using the accounting system, accounting software. Another one is using the PEPPO system. So PEPPO is a Europe system. Later I will give you some idea what is PEPPO. And then this the website, My Invoice Portal. You see the My Invoice Portal, after you log in, you can create new documents. So it's already break down into 8 documents. For consolidated and standard invoice using the invoice document function. The only difference is the classification code. Okay, remember the classification code for consolidated is 004. And then for the standard one is 022. Okay, that's the only difference. So that's why no need to break down into so many functions over here. You just focus, okay, on these 8 documents. And then the submission date, usually we won't change it. Okay, so and the document number usually is generated by system. So if you got your own document number, then you modify it into your own document number. If you don't have, then you just leave it. Okay, and then to submit your seller profile and the buyer profile. So you see the buyer profile now can scan using QR code, or you can download the QR code from your My Invoice apps. From the My Invoice apps, you download and then you can upload over here. Okay, so what is My Invoice apps? Later I show you. So you can download. Okay, download it your My Invoice apps. So from your My Invoice, you can check the QR code. Check your QR code. Okay. So this item, after that, key in the supplier and buyer's information is the item. So item classification code is more important. You see here, need to fill in the classification code, but the item code is not required. And then the description very important, and the quantity you put 1. Okay, unit price you put, and then the tax information. Okay, so this is how we fill in the My Invoice portal manually, step by step. And also the upload by using Excel. You see, you can download, okay, download the Excel document and then you upload. Okay, after upload, you can submit. So I suggest, okay, because the My Invoice portal cannot store the item information. You see, every time you still need to key in the information for your item. And then every time you still need to key in the customer information, you still need to scan their QR code. So in that case, why not you integrate, okay, your My Invoice portal with AutoCount accounting system. AutoCount accounting system is free. Okay, it's free for invoice function, credit note function, and quotation function. And also the self-billing function is free 60 a number below transaction per year. So here is the QR code you can scan and then create a free account. Okay, free account for testing the sale function and credit note function. Okay, so for sales invoice function, credit note function is free. It's permanent free. Okay, for your business is good enough to handle your invoicing issue. And then you can create the item code, create the customer profile. What you need to do is first time you need to set up how to connect My Invoice portal and AutoCount crowd accounting system. First time set up. After first time set up, every time you create invoice, only 3 steps. Okay, only 3 steps. Select customer name, select item, amount, and then save and submit. Only 3 steps. So you can log in using phone or log in using website, okay, for this part accounting apps. And in case your accountant say, I want the full set account, not only the invoicing function, yes, we got offer now. So for 24 months, only 420 means 1 year only 210. Okay, 1 year only 210, or 1 month is about 1750 ringgit. Okay, so if you've got SST, then 600 for 2 years, 300 per year. So these two module is good enough for you to handle your business requirement. And then another version is cash basis customer. So remember I say the Family Mart, they provide you the QR code. So this is another concept. So the first concept, you still need to select the customer name, the item name. Okay, so this one is free. And then this one got credit note. The second method is the cash method we call Pumpos. Okay, Pumpos is a cash method. So for this function, is more suitable for the food stores, salon, hawker center, food truck, all those cash basis business. Okay, cash basis business, a lot of transaction every day. Okay, every day you got a lot of transaction. So only 49 ringgit per month. You can install into your Android phone, and also you can install into the mobile terminal. Okay, so these apps, you see the login very easy, just using your phone to log in. After that, we got provide 1000 template. You just select the template, okay, which item you sell, which category you sell. So you just download the category you sell. So after download the category you sell, you select the item and then put the amount. So pay. So your payment, you can pay by cash, credit card, QR code, and so on. And then after you pay, you will generate the QR code here. So you can print, or you can just show the customer your phone or WhatsApp the receipt to your customer. So let the customer do it themselves if they need the standard invoice. This is the idea. So just now, if you remember, we got 4 methods now. Okay, 4 methods to provide invoice in case for the B2C customer they require. So this is one of the methods. You generate the receipt, let the client do it themselves. Okay, if they need. So you don't need to set up your own website. You only need to subscribe our system, 49 ringgit per month. Okay, so other than the API method, we got this Europe method, is called PayPal. This is for extra knowledge for you only. So I didn't say everyone needs to be PayPal integrated. So for PayPal system, we can download, okay, our supplier invoice into our accounting system. Okay, but regardless your supplier is using any system, okay, you are using A system, your supplier using B system, you still can download their transaction into your accounting system. Not only the 55 field, they can also include more than that, item code, okay, other than information from your accounting system, you can download from this PayPal system. Okay, still remember the LHGN portal only require 55 field. So this PayPal system can download more than 55 field. And also, not only the sales invoice become your purchase invoice, can also download their payment voucher, become your official receipt, or their official receipt become your payment voucher. Okay, so this is the idea. Everything we can transfer to PayPal. So, but the problem is this PayPal you need to pay. Every time you use the transaction, you need to pay. Okay, you need to pay for subscribe the services from this PayPal. That's why I say this part only for your extra knowledge. In case your supplier asks you what is your PayPal, do you have your PayPal account ID? So then you know, okay, what is PayPal? So PayPal, okay, is very common use by the Euro country and Malaysia. Okay, and Singapore is one of the country integrate with the PayPal system. And Singapore next year start all their invoicing company registered in Singapore have to integrate with this PayPal. So Malaysia is optional. So Malaysia is optional. If your supplier asks you, do you have PayPal system, then you know how to answer already after you learn from my video. Okay, so I move forward to the final part. Okay, disbursement and reimbursement. So what is disbursement and reimbursement? Is mostly the payment on behalf. Okay, so either is your staff going to pay on behalf of your company, or your A company payment for B company. Your boss pay on behalf of your company first. Then is it the invoicing required for your boss, from your boss, or from A company and so on? Okay, so you see the first example is disbursement. So for disbursement, okay, example A and B company is same owner. Okay, same owner. So A company and B company is same owner. And then B company asks, okay, this HR service company provides some advertisement, okay, on Facebook, on Google, whatever. Okay, so after that, this HR service company will bill this B company 3,000. Unfortunately, this B company don't have enough money to pay. Ask the A company to pay first. So A company will pay, regardless the invoice is billed to the B company. So A company pay first. So after 2 months, 3 months, A company asks the money back from the B company. Okay. In fact, nothing to be issued lah, no invoice to be issued. Okay. So you just ask the B company to pay back. But if your boss say or your accountant say, hey, I need a document to support for this payment, so you just issue invoice lah. But the classification code don't put 022. Okay, you put 006. You put 006. Okay. And then the second scenario is reimbursement. So reimbursement, this is a very good example. Let's say A company got annual dinner event, Chinese New Year annual dinner. Okay. So ask this event planner deal with the hotel, catering service, florist, and so on. So this hotel will issue to event planner. Catering service will issue event planner. Okay. And then the florist will build this event planner. So event planner will collect all this invoice, all this document. After they collect all these documents, actually they're not doing anything. So they will charge back the A company. So you from one invoice you break down into hotel service, catering service, florist service. But all these service you put classification code 027 because this is reimbursement. Okay, the last billing item is event planning fees. This one you charge. Okay, is your income. So you put 022. Okay, this is how is the concept, the whole concept of reimbursement. Okay, so next one is regarding the staff claim. So usually staff claim is on two perspectives. One is the employment benefit, like the employee go to the gym room, join any club, member club, and so on. This one, company pay for this staff claim. Okay, pay for the staff claim. Another one is the employee outstation. Okay, so maybe they go overseas or overseas got one sub company, so a lot of expenses paid by the employee. After that, him ask the company claim back the expenses. Then how is the treatment for these expenses? Okay, so thumb rules. Always remember to get the invoice under employer names. This is my advice. So make sure it's registered under the company My Invoice Portal. That one is the ultimate goal. So regardless, your staff going to resign one day. So if you put your staff name, register under the staff name, after your staff resign, you still need to monitor all the document. It's very troublesome. Okay, and the document could be hilang. Okay, you don't know where you keep all this document. But if you keep under your company My Invoice Portal, anytime you can download. After 10 years, 20 years, or still can download. It's why thumb rules. Always remember, okay, ask your employee to request the invoice under employer name first. Okay, and then in case if really cannot put under company name, so you just put under employee name then the employee need to submit the document for claim. Okay, that is a standard procedure to submit claim. So the standard procedure is, okay, you see, if put under employee name, you need to have a company employee policy, and then you need to have a standard procedure of the claim form. Okay, so it's stated in the company policy say that, the gym service is allowed by the company, and then please submit the document within a month to the finance manager, but make sure you submit the claim form and then approved by your department manager. So a lot of procedure you require lah. Okay, so for the expenses, okay, to claim, I strongly advise always put under company name. Step 1. Step 2, only you try to request the blank one. Still remember the blank one, you generate the QR code. Similar like this. The QR code similar like this. Request the blank one first. Okay. Even gym room also you try it first. If they're using AutoCount system, very easy. So they give you the bill, and then you can scan and then generate the QR code, and then submit under company name. This is second option. Okay, the second option. The third option, the last option, only you put under employee name. Okay, this is Mr. Law advice. This is Mr. Law advice. So the last one, if both company name, employee name also don't have, and then this is a normal invoice. How? Normal invoice, if the supplier is below 150,000, you can claim tax, but still always not advised because all this transaction is not recorded in the My Invoice Portal. And then 150,000, those business is very, very small. Their daily business is about 500. So below 500 business, all this business, I don't think you have more business with these suppliers, maybe once per month or once per year. Okay, so you decide if you really want to deduct tax, it's very troublesome for you also. Okay, to monitor, maintain all these documents. So I didn't really advise if the invoice is normal invoice to deduct tax. You still can update your account. You just put there non-taxable, non-claimable expenses. Okay, so non-claimable expenses. So you put another category in your account. Okay, or you put entertainment fees or non-tax deductible entertainment fees. So it's another code for your account. Got it? Okay, so you still can prepare your account, but the problem is you whether you decide want to deduct tax or not is up to you. Okay, so the last section is the foreign supplier. So your staff go overseas, okay, and then your staff you got set up another branch at overseas. How to treatment all this transaction always same. So if let's say it's under employee name, then you need to follow the standard SOP, standard claim form and so on. This one, okay, no problem. So even though guidelines say no need to prepare any invoice, self-billing, no need. So if you got foreign transaction, foreign expenses, okay, you can deduct tax. So my advice is always try to get under company name and then do self-bill, okay, to secure a transaction, to record all the transaction into your My Invoice portal. Okay, this is my suggestions. Why not? Why not record into our My Invoice portal? I think it's good, okay. So even though the guideline mention, okay, not really mention, okay, clearly about this foreign bill, foreign expenses, okay, not really explain much and more as a lot of example, no sample, okay, no example. So, but my advice of always say better do it in a proper way. So, but why not record into our My Invoice portal, okay, if you want to claim the expenses, So if really cannot, then put under employee name at minimum. Okay, and then ask the employee to submit the claim form. This is the most proper way, okay, most proper way to prove your taxable, okay, tax deductible expenses. Okay, I think this part I talk too much. Okay, so I will focus on the non-compliant invoice. Okay, in case you cannot compliance all these invoice, self-billing, and then consolidated must submit on the 7th calendar day or you cannot compliance. And then the charges, okay, is 200 until 20,000. Okay, very similar with the PCB concept. So PCB concept 15th of the month. You submit late, then penalty, okay, 200 per employee, wrong submission. So same concept, 200 per transaction for invoice submission. Okay, so don't play, okay, with this invoice. Okay, so any update? You see, government give you 6 month honeymoon period. Okay, so it's called this interim relaxation period. So for all stage, we got 3 stage. First stage is first August 2024. Another one is 1st January, okay, 2025. The last batch is 1st July 2025. Okay, so all these 3 stage also got 6 month honeymoon period. This 6 month honeymoon period, you only need to submit consolidated invoice instead of standard invoice. Just submit consolidated invoice. Okay, got him already. And this consolidated, you no need to you very detailed, no need. Okay, you can put any description. Roti canai berapa you need. Okay, so or doctor sales for month January, how much? Got him enough. Okay, and then for self-billing also. So you just consolidated it all the transaction for your self-billing, okay, and then submit in one transaction also can, or you can practice individually. My advice, so try not to utilize, okay, all these 6 months for consolidated. You can choose 2 months consolidated, another 4 months live. Okay, any wrong submission, no action going to take. Okay, as long as you fulfill all the requirement, all the submission requirement. You don't say I didn't submit, purposely don't want to submit. Cannot, that one confirm penalty. Okay, so if you got submit something but you submit wrong, okay, still can accept, no penalty we going to have. So that's why I say 2 months, 4 months, 2 months consolidated, 4 months practice. Okay, actual one. So after my training, you will see a lot of transaction you need to practice. You need to practice the staff claim. Okay, ask the staff submit. Okay, generate from the consolidated to standard invoice. Ask them to practice. You don't ask your account department to do all this. I think your account department going to crazy. So ask your staff to do it themselves. And then you need to check your tenancy agreement. See, this is owner name or your landlord name or on the tenant name. Okay, and then you need to get the TIN number from your customer one by one. It's very time consuming. All this activity is very time consuming. That's why you don't have enough time, okay, to do. So utilize this 6 months. Utilize all these 6 months to check all the transaction going to be set up properly. Okay. So luckily our government provide us this illustration guide. This is a new guide. Very useful guide. So because the guideline got a lot of words. If you don't like to read words, then you can focus on this illustration guide. So I select few illustration guide. So first one is regarding the 150,000. You see, the 150,000, if let's say you sell to the business with only 150,000. So if they need invoice, you submit invoice to them. If they no need, then you just provide normal invoice. Normal invoice. And then consolidated. If they sell to you, they don't have, okay, confirm don't have invoice for you, they only need to provide normal receipt or normal invoice. That's all. Okay, sample 2. Sample 2 is regarding the company Omega Property, they rent the street, okay, all this office, they rent, all the shop. Okay, so if they rent the shop, they need to issue invoice every month to this shop owner. And then if let's say the utility bills, electric bills, water bills also under Omega Property name, then Omega Property, okay, have to issue invoice also for this water and electricity. You see, very troublesome. That's why now you better check your water bill whether it's under landlord name or your company name. If under your landlord name, then your landlord a lot of jobs to do. If your landlord don't want to provide their invoice for you, then you cannot deduct tax. So why not you ask your landlord, okay, switch to your company name right now. Okay, you see, another example is personal. Okay, if let's say personal individual, this one is employee. Okay, employee buy the property and then rent to this smart gadget. So smart gadget receive the normal receipt, no invoicing receipt. Okay, that's why smart gadget have to issue self-billing every month. Okay, so together with the water and electricity as well. So you see how troublesome, So last time we just pay for rental, pay for water and electricity. But if let's say the landlord is individual, and then you got extra job to do every month for your account department. Okay, so of course you can ask your account department no need to do. But the problem is you cannot deduct tax. Okay, that's the issue. Okay, you just leave it. Yes, you can leave it, but the problem you cannot deduct tax. Okay, so the last example is the interest issue. Now this one also I highlight because it's from the illustration guide. So you see A company borrow money to B company. Okay, and A company borrow B company. So A company actually got interest. By the way, the A company issue invoice, but you see the concept here. A company borrow money to B company. So the B company have to issue self-bill to A company. This is the concept for the interest within intercompany. Okay, how is the treatment? So this one you make sure you take note it if you got intercompany loan. Okay. So other new update, okay, from LHN, one of the update is 150,000. So definition of this 150,000. So you see, last time don't have the very clear picture how to define this 150,000 business, okay, as MSME. So now, yes, okay. So for those, if let's say I hold 2% of share, or I hold 80% of share, okay, regardless, because you are not individual. If you're individual, never mind. Individual will check with the individual portion. But if you are not individual, you are Sendirian Berhad. Sendirian Berhad, you hold another company 20% of share, 30% of share. Okay, your company is Sendirian Berhad, kena invoice. So your subsidy, your entity, okay, also need to perform invoice. Okay, this is the new guide. Also, the JV, if your company is JV company, you start new business, and this business is new, only got 10,000 per year. Yes, business transaction. Sorry, So even though it's new, still need to do E-Invoice because the Jerry company is kena E-Invoice already. And another example, you see the very clear picture. If let's say 1st July, your company no below 150,000, and then 31st of August only hit 150,000. And when you need to start to do E-Invoice, 1st September, 1st October, or next year, 1st January 2025 only start, and how? So can I give us a very clear picture? The second year of 1st January. So meaning that 1st January 2026. And the guideline also mentioned in case in the middle, tengah. So got one business is suddenly second year, okay? 2024, you very good business, more than 150. And then 2025, your business below 150. Then how? So sorry here, okay? Once you hit, then you need to start, okay? Second year. And then continuous doing the invoice, no U-turn, no reverse. This is the whole concept. This is the whole concept of invoice. And let's say I got 3 company and each company below 150. So I'm sole provider. So after I group all these 3 company is above 150, and then this company also have to issue invoice for all these 3 company. Okay, you see all this idea? So 150 is very, very minimum. Okay, after apply all these rules, the really 150,000 and below company in Malaysia, I think is very, very minimum. Okay, very, very minimum. So majority of the business, if your supplier is below 150,000, you very choose to do business or not to do business with them. You still can request them to give you invoice. They can voluntarily submit for invoice. Doesn't mean that below 150,000, then no need. Then they don't want to give you. You still can request if they voluntarily, yes. Okay, so it's more convenient for you. So all the invoice you check, the purchase invoice, got QR code, you pay. Got QR code, you can claim tax. Okay, no QR code, you can pay. But try to think twice. You want to claim tax or don't want to claim tax? My training PPT actually is based on this invoice guideline and the invoice specific guideline. So you should focus more on these 2 guidelines and also the general FAQ. These 3 guidelines. So for illustration guide, this one is new. If you don't like to read a lot of words, then you maybe can focus on this illustration guide. And other than that, LHDN also provide the My Invoice Portal guideline. So not only guide you how to log in at the first time, and also can show you the step-by-step how to assign your account department, account staff to log in to your My Invoice Portal. And also how to set up the accounting system, allow the accounting system to access for API connection purpose. Okay. So this is all our company social media. So I hope this video can help you. If you got any questions, welcome to contact us. Thank you.